If you're using WP Travel Engine to manage your trips, you already know how important a well-structured itinerary is. Advanced Itinerary Builder is an extension for the WP Travel Engine plugin that allows you to add informative and descriptive details for each day in the itinerary section of a trip. With this add-on, you can present your trip details in a much more interactive and informative way, so travelers get the answers they need. In this tutorial, we'll walk you through exactly how to set all of that up. Let's get started. Before touching any settings, make sure you have the Advanced Itinerary Builder add-on installed and activated on your WordPress site. Let us get started. From your WordPress dashboard, go to WP Travel Engine Settings, and from the Extension dropdown, open Advanced Itinerary Builder. Once you're inside the Advanced Itinerary Builder settings, the first thing you'll see is the General tab. There are 4 tabs across the top: General, Sleep Mode fields, Elevation chart, and additional itinerary fields. You'll be working through each one of these. On the General tab, you'll find one setting, Always Show All Itinerary. Toggle this on. This ensures that all itinerary days are expanded and visible to travelers by default when they land on the trip page, instead of being collapsed. Click Save Settings and move to the next tab. Click on the Sleep Mode Fields tab. This is where you build the list of accommodation types that will be available as drop-down options on every itinerary day across your site. Now here's what you'll see on screen. I have already added 2 entries, 3 Stars Hotel and Tea House. We're going to add a third one. Click the Add Sleep Mode button. A new empty field appears at the bottom of the list. Type in 5 Stars Hotel. These 3 options will appear as choices in the Sleep Mode dropdown on every itinerary day when you're building or editing any trip on your site. If you like, you can also delete it by clicking on this red delete icon. Click Save Settings. Your accommodation options are now ready site-wide. Next, click on the Elevation Chart tab. This is where you control everything related to the altitude profile chart that displays on your trip pages. The first thing to turn on is Show Chart on Trip Page. This is the master switch for the entire chart feature. Toggle it on, and then let's move to the next setting. Directly below that is the Elevation Input Unit dropdown, which is set to meter by default. This determines the unit when entering altitude values on each itinerary day. I'll leave it set to meter. Now, let's configure how the chart displays its data. Show X-axis. This adds the day labels along the bottom of the chart. Day 1, Day 2, Day 3, as shown in the preview on the right-hand side, giving travelers a clear timeline to follow as the altitude rises and falls across the journey. Right below that is Show Y-axis. Turning this on shows exact numbers on the vertical axis, but for a cleaner look, I will leave it off since altitude values already appear as labels directly on each chart point. Next is Show Line Graph. If you toggle this on, the chart displays as a simple single-color line. Leave it off, and the chart defaults to a gradient fill style, which gives a more visual and polished appearance. For this setup, I will also leave it off to keep that gradient look. Now handle the visual styling. Click the Theme Color swatch and set it to your brand color. This controls the color of the chart line and the data points, so matching it to your website's primary color keeps everything looking consistent and professional. Just below that is the background image option. Click Upload Image if you want to place a landscape or scenery image behind the chart. Finally, look at the top right of the chart preview area, and you'll see the altitude unit toggle with meter and feet options. This controls the unit that displays on the chart labels for travelers on the front end. At this point, your settings should match what you see on the right side preview of the altitude chart. Next, if you want to see how different altitude patterns look with your current styling, click the Randomize button on the top right of the preview to refresh the sample data. Once everything looks right, click Save Settings. Your elevation chart is fully configured and ready to display on your trip pages. Next, click on the Additional Itinerary Fields tab. This is where you create custom information fields that will appear on every itinerary day across all your trips. The first thing to turn on is Show Itinerary Info, and more fields will appear. Directly below that is the Itinerary Info display position, which gives you 2 options, below title or below description. Below title places the custom fields right under the day heading, making them immediately visible as soon as a traveler reads the day name. Below description places them after the day's content paragraph, keeping the written content first. For this tutorial, I will keep it set to below title, so the fields are the first thing travelers see on each day. Now look at the fields already on screen. I have already added 2 entries, elevation gain with a mountain icon and meals with a custom meal icon. Both are toggled on and active. These will appear on your itinerary days once you save. Now, let me show you how to add a field by adding one more to complete the set. Click the Add Info button at the bottom. A new empty row appears with an info title field and an icon dropdown. In the info title field, type walking distance. Then, click the icon dropdown and select the walking person icon, and if you like, you can also delete by clicking the red delete icon. From this point forward, these 3 fields will appear on every itinerary day editor inside every trip on your site, waiting for you to fill in the specific values per day. Click Save Settings. Your custom fields are now live and active across the entire site. With all 4 tabs configured and saved, your global settings are now fully in place. Now it's time to bring it all into an actual trip. From your WordPress dashboard, navigate to Trips and open the trip you want to edit. Once inside, head to the Itinerary section. This is where all that global configuration will appear, and also day-by-day content that travelers will see on the trip page. Once the Advanced Itinerary Builder add-on is enabled, you will see several additional fields, along with the previously available itinerary fields. You can add values to these additional fields and save them. Start with the Sleep Mode drop-down on the first day. Select the accommodation type for that night from the list you built in Global Settings. Move to the Sleep Mode Additional Info field sitting just below the drop-down. This is where you can enter the specific hotel name, key amenities, check-in time, or contact details for that stay. On the front end, this information appears as a tooltip when travelers click the Sleep Mode label, turning a simple category name into genuinely useful information they can act on. Just below the Sleep Mode Additional Info field, you'll find the Add Image option. Click it and attach 1 or more images for that day. These images appear in a gallery on the front end for that specific day, giving travelers a visual preview of what to expect. With images added, move to the Meals Included checkboxes on that same day. Check breakfast, lunch, or dinner based on what's provided that day. If all 3 are included, click Tick All to select them at once. The selected meals will display automatically on the front end alongside that day's content. Now enter the location and altitude for that day. Type the place name in the start location and then enter the altitude value in the altitude field using meters, keeping it consistent with the unit you set in the Elevation Chart tab. These 2 fields are what power the altitude chart, so make sure both are filled in for every day. With location and altitude entered, scroll down to the Itinerary Info section on that same day. You'll see the 3 custom fields you set up globally: elevation gain, meals, and walking distance. Fill in the values specific to that day. Once you've completed Sleep Mode, Image, Meals, Location, Altitude, and all 3 itinerary info fields for the first day, go through every remaining day of the trip and fill in all the same fields in the same order. With all days filled in, click the Save button. Once saved, preview the trip page. Travelers visiting the trip page will see the elevation chart displayed just above the itinerary list, a clear visual showing the altitude progression across all days. Below the chart, every itinerary day is fully expanded by default because of the Always Show All Itinerary setting you turned on. Each day shows the included meals by name, the sleep mode type with its detailed info accessible on click, the location name, and the 3 custom fields: elevation gain, meals, and walking distance, displayed as clean, structured data under the day title. Travelers get everything they need to plan, prepare, and commit without sending you a single email. And that's everything you need to add meal plans, location details, and altitude data to your itineraries using the Advanced Itinerary Builder add-on. If you found this tutorial helpful, give it a like and subscribe for more WP Travel Engine tutorials. And if you have any questions or run into anything, drop a comment below and I will get back to you. You can also reach out to our support team, and I have added a link to create a support ticket in the description box below. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.